Good evening, I'm John Carter and welcome to Poland Daily. Rzeczpospolita Daily have published information suggesting the United States are planning a new military strategy with Poland. According to the newspaper, there will be no Fort Trump, which is the name given to the proposed permanent US military base in Poland.
Rzeczpospolita Daily have reported that Washington is preparing a different strategy to strengthen the presence of US troops in Poland than the aforementioned Fort Trump. The question is not whether the presence of American troops will be extended. The question is how great this increase will be. The daily newspaper quotes its sources saying that Washington is weighing up the options of setting up squadrons at the Łasko and Mirosławiec air bases. Both the Air Force and the Marine units are ones that can be used immediately. On the other hand, land forces must be first mobilized, transported, so the presence of aviation and navy units is good news for Poland. The exposed plans do not envisage the building of a big American base, one that was playfully dubbed Fort Trump by the Polish president Andrzej Duda. The military, especially Air Force and Navy, can be recalled immediately if the decision to do so is made. However, if there is a base and infrastructure built, you cannot just make it disappear like that. We want the United States to be interlinked with Poland so that they would see defending our country as in their own interests. That requires American investment in Poland. Close to 5,000 Allied soldiers are stationed throughout our country. 4,000 of those troops are American. Meanwhile, there are over 30,000 US soldiers in bases across Germany. If the US military presence grows in Poland, so will our position in terms of negotiating both with Russia and Germany. Germany is a strong opponent of US troops being stationed in Poland. They want those forces for themselves. According to Rzeczpospolita Daily, the details of the new plan will be unveiled in a couple of days in Warsaw by the Deputy Head of Pentagon, John Rood.
On Sunday, the leader of the Civic Platform Party, Grzegorz Schetyna, along with leaders of the Polish People's Party, the Modern Party, the Democratic Left Alliance and the Green Party, announced the creation of a European coalition. Large parts of the Polish opposition intend to unite in order to have a chance of defeating the ruling Law and Justice Party in the European Parliament election.
Leaders of Civic Platform, Modern, Democratic Left Alliance, Green and Polish People's Parties signed a declaration establishing the European coalition yesterday. The common platform is intended to help them succeed in the European Parliament elections. Will the campaign alliance of the parties led by Schetyna, Kosiniak-Kamysz, Czarzasty and Lubnauer be the desired antidote to the rule of the Law and Justice Party? They can certainly gain one thing, and that is the public perception of their alleged strength, as each of the parties are not strong individually. What can they lose though? Polish People's Party or the Democratic Left Alliance can lose their credibility, meaning their core demographics can leave them behind. According to a politologist, Dr. Bartłomiej Biskup, although the polls favor the Law and Justice Party, we should not underestimate the consolidation of the opposition. At present, the Law and Justice Party can no longer say that all other parties are trailing far behind them. With the consolidation of the opposition, the ruling party must not lose focus, as their opponents may quickly catch up with them. In this sense, this campaign will be more difficult for the Law and Justice Party. It appears that the European Parliament election will be a harsh test of the European coalition's endurance, as well as an overall mobilization of the Law and Justice voters before the battle for the national parliament in the fall.
Yesterday's parliamentary election in Moldova could result in a hung parliament between pro-Russian and pro-EU forces. The formation of new coalitions to reach a governing majority is unlikely. Representatives from the Europhile parties claim that voting fraud took place as people from neighbouring Transnistria were bussed in to vote multiple times in exchange for $20. If no other solution can be found, there will be snap elections. Yesterday, more than 5,000 conservative Estonians gathered in the capital Tallinn for the annual Independence Day March. The march is organised by the youth wing of the country's third largest party, EKRE, or the Conservative People's Party of Estonia. It took place exactly 1 week ahead of the parliamentary election. The National Conservative Party has a growing support and is expected to gain their largest ever share of the votes in the election.
The turnout of the Independence Day March indicates that EKRE have reason to look forward to the elections with confidence. The party is third in the polls, behind the governing pro-Russian Centre Party and the liberal opposition Reform Party. The party is running a program of family and traditional values, whilst also being against mass migration. EKRE is also mildly Eurosceptic, while advocating a Swiss-style system of direct democracy. In the previous elections in 2015, the party won 8% of the votes, but has, according to the latest opinion polls, a chance of winning up to 20% of the vote this time around. The party's growth might become the key for the opposition to unseat the pro-Russian Centre Party from power. 1/4 of the country's population of 1.3 million consists of ethnic Russians, of which a vast majority was resettled in the country during the times of Soviet occupation following the Second World War. Their presence in the country has been a catalyst for Estonian nationalism among large parts of the ethnic Estonian population. The youth wing of EKRE has been organizing the increasingly popular Independence Day March since 2014. They were inspired by a similar annual march organized in Warsaw, Poland since 2010. According to the youth wing of EKRE, the march is meant to honor those who have sacrificed their lives for Estonian independence and to show that nationalism remains important to the Estonian youth.
Thank you very much for joining us here this evening at Poland Daily. I'm John Carter. Stay tuned after the break for Poland Daily Weather. That's followed by business and then the culture, history and the travel.